Stephen Rogata, 19, of Great Falls, Virginia, used suction cups to climb the glass facade of Trump Tower in Midtown Manhattan on August 10, 2016. The incident prompted a huge police response. Rogata told police he simply wanted to get the attention of Donald Trump, who was the Republican presidential nominee at the time, and have a private audience with him. He would later be charged and pleaded guilty to reckless endangerment and disorderly conduct.
This guy with the suction cups
he's just making his way away. He wants no part of it, it looks like.
Right, it's incredible. You can see a police officer sticking his head out, theoretically a negotiator of some sort, trying to get this guy to give up. Whatever he said has not worked yet. He just continues to move to the left with his suction cups to avoid the police. They've got those blankets over the broken glass. They broke that window out.
He's completely off of their side, but oh, look, they're talking directly now, you can see.
He wanted to be out of his grasp, it looks like, before he continued that conversation either way. And there he is. Looks like he's either, you know, setting that suction cup up, making sure it's secure, getting ready to take it out once again. Oh, here's the ground.
You can see all the people taking a look.
Here we go.
Wow.
That answers the question we were asking Jen a moment ago. You can see everybody on the ground gawking at this, as you'd imagine if you saw this too. What a circus, right at rush hour. 57th, 5th. Doesn't get more Midtown than that. Hot, humid day. Chaotic situation.
Every time he replaces the suction cup and it looks like it's slipping off, you kind of go for a second, because you certainly don't want him to fall.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, it looks like he's got heavy-duty gear there, but nevertheless, this is putting himself at risk, never mind people below, et cetera, et cetera. The police officer's trying to get him down. He's surrounded right now, and what the end game is uncertain, but he definitely is trying to stretch it out as long as he can. He keeps moving just out of reach of the police. That blue and green towel is where officers broke through the window. Now the big question, where does the next window get broken from in an attempt to try to get this guy inside the building without anybody, including the climber, getting hurt?
It looks at least like he is talking with them. If not cooperating, talking with them. You see him look every now and again, and it appears that he's talking with police, but
we don't know what caliber conversation he's having, if he's taunting them or whatever.
Again.
Who knows? They're definitely communicating, but that's a delicate negotiation. And
he seems like he's not stopping one bit, even though he
does not want to go inside. That's for sure.
No breaking the action there for sure.
So he's got that heavy-duty backpack on.
It's the first time I actually saw him look down there.
And I'm trying to see what's dangling right. Oh, okay, that's
an
another
extra suction cup.
I couldn't tell if that was a police officer coming
after him. 4
after
or so, and then he keeps just using 3 of them. I have no idea, you know, how this whole setup works.
So I guess the good news, presumably, is that backpack, I would guess, is what he used to carry the suction cups into the building. So, you know, hopefully there's nothing of any major concern within the backpack. He probably used that to get those heavy-duty suction cups into the Trump Tower there on 57th and 5th. Got in through the lobby, up to the 5th floor. There's some sort of like roof promenade thing. That's where he then started this climb. He's about 5 floors above where he started, if my understanding is correct of this whole thing. And now he's moving closer. We have a police officer on the phone right now.
Former NYPD police negotiator Frank Bowles is on the line, who can maybe provide us with some insight as to exactly what would be going on here. Frank, can you hear us?
I can hear you. But I just want you to know I'm retired, and these guys are doing the job.
Yeah, we know that. But as someone who has done this before, could you give us kind of a sense of what might be going on out there? We've seen a couple of conversations between this climber and the guys out the window, and what kinds of things would you be saying to someone like this right now?
Well, we're trying to find out what he's trying to accomplish, and he wants to get his message out, and he's getting a lot of attention. Now, I was concerned that he might be trying to go to the face of the building, but it looks like it's possible he's trying to bring himself to the same level as where that hole in the glass is, so that he can get to him. You can see a police officer talking to him right now. But it's a question of you just have to wait and be patient. And unfortunately, it will tie up traffic. People will be given problems with what they're doing in their personal life. And unfortunately, sometimes it can have devastating results in personal lives of people trying to get to a hospital or something of that nature.
Right.
But you still do patience, because every life is important.
Yep.
And even the life of a person who's not using good judgment at the time, we try to save that life.
Right, and you
these
saw
these emergency service cops are trained. They rappel from windows, they rappel from rooftops, from helicopters. I remember the first time I got thrown out of a helicopter rappelling. It was quite an experience.
Wow, I can only imagine, indeed. Now, we saw, you looking at the shot right now, Frank, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but we see where they broke out one window, they threw some blankets down to protect the officers. There's a conversation taking place there right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm speaking about. He's talking to him there and trying to keep his attention. And again, when he puts a cup on the left side, I have a little concern that he may want to go around to the left of the building.
It certainly looks like he's trying to get away from this guy. It doesn't look like he's trying to make the approach to get in through that hole in the building.
Not getting closer. And, you know, we've learned that the NYPD saying that they are familiar with this guy, that he has tried stunts of this element before. And it certainly from watching him, it looks like he knows what he's doing out there.
Yeah.
Right. And I think the emergency service guys, they know what they're doing. It's just going to take time. And the bosses there have to make sure you don't risk the lives of innocent people or of the emergency service cops themselves. We have no boss ever wants to risk the life of the people who are working for him. So they will make very serious decisions and take their time in doing so. They don't want to rush anything.
And, you know, just the impression I think everyone's getting from looking at this is that this is someone seeking attention as opposed to someone with a more nefarious plot, you know, with anything like that. Is that the impression you get from watching this unfold right now?
It would appear that's the case. However, we must always take the worst case scenario and prepare for that and hope it's not needed.
It does look like he's moving maybe back in the direction of that hole in the window. This will be a big suction cup to see where he puts this down, whether he keeps going up or he goes to the right. Oh, actually.
He's not making any efforts. And when he was talking to the police, where he looked like he was waving his suction cup and a sort of like, no way, man, I'm not coming towards you. But then again, you never know.
Untangling it. He just was untangling it. He's
God, okay.